Hello. In continuation of this chapter quadrilaterals, I will explain you midpoint theorem. What is it? Midpoint theorem is a line drawn joining the midpoints of any two sides of triangle is parallel to third side and equal to, this is the additional part, and equal to half of it. So what is the midpoint theorem? Which says and a triangular line is line joining midpoints of any two sides of a triangle. Line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to third side. Line joining the midpoints of any two sides of triangle is parallel to third side and equal to half of it. This also I am including in it, and equal to half of it. This is a statement of midpoint theorem. Okay, look at this. It's a triangle. It can be used for any triangle. No obligation that the triangle is scalar, isosceles, or equilateral. Any triangle is there. Read the statement once again thoroughly. Line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle. So suppose this is triangle ABC. I am joining the midpoints of any two sides. This is P is the midpoint of AB and Q is the midpoint of AC. So theorem says if we are going to join the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle, so whatever the line is there, this line must be parallel to the third side. That is one, and it is equal to half of it also. So we are proving that PQ is parallel to BC and PQ is equal to 1 upon 2 BC. Okay. This is the meaning of the statement. So in the list given, what should I write here? P and Q are midpoints of sides AB and AC respectively. P and Q are midpoints of sides AB and AC respectively in triangle ABC. To prove, what we have to prove that PQ is parallel to BC and PQ is equal to half of BC. This also I am going to prove it. PQ is parallel to BC and PQ equal to half of BC. Construction is required here. In construction, what should I do? I'll extend the PQ. Through point C. I have to draw a line which is parallel to BA, which intersect here E. Okay. So what should be done? Extend PQ to E in such a way or such that CE is parallel to BA. Produced PQ to E, produced PQ to E such that CE is parallel to BA or BP, anything. Is it okay? CE is parallel to BA or BP. Okay. So we have to prove that PQ is parallel to BC. Actually, practically what we are going to do, suppose when I am using the paper that this is a triangle, I can cut this upper portion, cut this portion and this portion is pasted like that. So it becomes a parallelogram. And when it becomes a parallelogram, what does it mean? Opposite sides are parallel. Since it is the midpoint, so it is half of this. Okay. So actually what I have done, this APQ is to be cut from here and pasted here in paper cutting and pasting method. But theoretically what I have to do, triangle APQ and triangle CQE will be proved both are congruent. Congruent, that means they are exact same. Okay, same situation is coming here. So start proof. Two triangles. One, first of all, triangle APQ. In triangle APQ and triangle APQ and triangle CEQ. CEQ. I have taken these two triangles APQ and second is CEQ. Okay, and trying to prove both the triangles are congruent. You know that four things: side, angle, RHS, side, side, side. Okay, so let us see. Number one, in these two triangles, anything which is equal, BA is parallel to CE. These are parallel and it is transversal. That means these two angles are equal. Okay. Second one, AQ is equal to QC. So I am writing here. First I am writing since BA is parallel to CE and AC is transversal. AC is transversal. Therefore, angle PAQ is equal to angle QCE. PAQ is equal to QCE. Okay. Reason, alternate interior angles. Always equal. AQ is equal to QC. Given, because Q is given midpoint, that means AQ is equal to QC. So now we have proved that one angle is equal, one side is equal. Another thing, vertically opposite angle. AC and PE are intersecting at point Q. So angle AQP, angle AQP is equal to angle CQE. Reason, vertically opposite angles. Okay. Which congruency is using? Angle, side, angle. By angle, side, angle congruency rule, triangle APQ is congruent to triangle APQ is congruent to triangle CEQ. Therefore, by CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangle, AP is equal to CE. Number one. Number two, PQ is equal to QE. And angle APQ is equal to angle QEC. Okay. Angle side equal, this angle is equal to that one, and they are equal. Okay. Triangle, after that you will see PBCE. What is it? This is a quadrilateral now. PBCE is a quadrilateral. But here one thing is that we have, by the construction, we have constructed CE is parallel to BA or BP. So that means this line CE is parallel to P. One pair is parallel. Now let us see the second pair. Second pair. In the second pair, what happens? Since AP is equal to PB, okay, and AP is equal to CE. AP is equal to CE and AP is equal to PB. AP is equal to CE and AP is equal to PB. How is it AP is equal to PB? AP is equal to PB given because P is the midpoint. Since AP is equal to, look at that, AP is equal to PB and AP is equal to CE. AP is equal to PB, AP is equal to PB and AP is equal to CE. So these three parts are equal. So I can write here PB is equal to CE. Therefore, PB is equal to CE. PB is equal to CE. And PB is parallel to CE by construction. At the property of parallelogram, you know that any quadrilateral can be a parallelogram if its opposite sides are equal and parallel. Only one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. So this is a quadrilateral. One pair is equal as well as parallel. Therefore, PBCE is a parallelogram. So therefore, PBCE is a parallelogram. What is the reason? Because one pair is equal as well as parallel. So therefore it is a parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, what does it mean? PQ is parallel to. Therefore, this means PQ is parallel to BC. That is one part. PQ is parallel to BC. That is one part. And PQ is equal to BC. PQ is equal to BC. PQ is equal to PQ is parallel to BC. And second, I am going to prove that PQ is equal to half of BC. Okay. So when I write here PE is equal to BC. Since PE, Q is the midpoint of PE. How Q is the midpoint? Because already we have proved that both the triangles are congruent. PQ is equal to QE. So Q is the midpoint of PE. So in place of PE, I can write here 2 PQ. In place of PE, 2 PQ is equal to BC. This means PQ is equal to 1/2 BC. PQ is equal to 1/2 BC. Okay. So this is the midpoint theorem. It's a very important theorem. You have to remember its statement. That is, line joining the midpoints of any two sides of triangle is parallel to third side and equal to half of it. Okay. One more theorem. It is a type of midpoint theorem. The statement is, line drawn through the midpoint of one side is parallel to another side, bisect to third side in a triangle. Okay. Line, it is, I think, a second part of this theorem. Line drawn through the midpoint of one side, parallel to another side and bisect to third side in a triangle. You can say it's a converse part of it. Okay. I am explaining through the diagram. What is it? Line drawn through the midpoint of one side. It's a triangle. Line drawn through the midpoint of one side. Suppose there is a midpoint. Line drawn through the midpoint of one side, parallel to another side. Bisect to third side. So that means if it is given that P is the midpoint of AB and PQ is parallel to BC, then Q is the midpoint of AC. Same like a midpoint theorem, but proof is different. Here one midpoint is given, line is given parallel. We have to show that another is also a midpoint. Okay. So we'll use the statement of this theorem also when we solve the question. But main and basic important theorem is midpoint theorem. Okay. Now taking some questions from this exercise. Exercise 8.2. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which PQRS are the midpoints of side AB, BC, CD and DA. AC is a diagonal, show that SR is parallel to AC, SR is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. PQ is equal to SR and PQRS is a parallelogram. Question number 1 I am taking. A diagram is given. ABCD is a quadrilateral. ABCD is a quadrilateral. PQRS are the midpoints. P, Q, R, S are the midpoints. Okay. Of AB, BC, CD and A respectively. Show that SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. SR is parallel to AC, 1 upon 2 AC. PQ is equal to SR. PQ is equal to SR. And last is PQRS is a parallelogram. And PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay. SR is parallel to AC, SR is half AC. And PQ is equal to SR, 1 is PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay. Show. Given, in a given, what should I write here? P, Q, R and S are midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Okay, this is given part. P, Q, R, S are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA of a quadrilateral respectively. It is given. Show that we are going to show that SR is parallel to AC. So I can join from A to C. Okay. SR is parallel to AC. Proof. Now again you remind the midpoint theorem, because I have taken exercise 8.2 and before 8.2 what is it? There is a midpoint theorem and one theorem is this, the corollary part of the midpoint theorem. So I told you that whatever, if we are taking exercise and before that exercise whatever theorem which we have proved, I think in almost all the questions the statement of or the result of that theorem will be used. Okay. So keep in our mind that I have to keep this statement and its result in our mind, and on the basis of that I will think that how to solve the question. It's very easy for you to solve it. So in my mind, midpoint theorem. Okay, now let us see the question. Quadrilateral diagram is quadrilateral. Midpoint theorem is used in a triangle. Triangle ABC. Second triangle is ADC also. Because in a midpoint theorem, one line is parallel to the base also. Okay, that means we have to select a triangle in such a way that one line which is parallel to one of the sides of a triangle. So first of all, I am taking triangle ABC. In triangle ABC. In triangle ABC. Which triangle I have taken? ABC. P is the midpoint of P, is the midpoint of AB and Q is the midpoint. Q is the midpoint of BC. I hope you are seeing only triangle ABC. P is the midpoint of AB's and Q is the midpoint of BC. Therefore, by midpoint theorem, because this is the name, so rather than writing statement, simply you can write here by midpoint theorem. By midpoint theorem, in triangle ABC, where we are using midpoint theorem? In triangle ABC. P is the midpoint, Q is the midpoint. So as per the midpoint theorem, what should I write here? PQ is parallel to AC. PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equal to half of AC. PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is half of AC. It's okay. First is proved, direct. Second, in triangle ADC. Now, in triangle ADC. In triangle ADC, S is the midpoint of AD and R is the midpoint of DC given. So again using by midpoint theorem in triangle ADC. Midpoint theorem in triangle ABC. What to write here? SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. Suppose this is, I'll give here equation number 1, here's equation number 2. By 1 and 2, by 1 and 2. By 1 and 2, the first part of 1 is PQ is parallel to AC. And SR is parallel to AC. What does it mean? PQ is parallel to AC and SR parallel to AC. If two parallel lines which are parallel to two lines which are parallel to the third line, they must be parallel to each other. So that means PQ is parallel to SR. Okay. Second part of this, PQ is equal to end. PQ is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. SR is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. What is the conclusion? Half AC cancel. PQ is equal to SR. PQ is parallel to SR and PQ is equal to half of SR. Therefore, PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay? Because one pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram in a quadrilateral. Okay? In a quadrilateral, this concept, one pair of, it's a quadrilateral. One pair of opposite side is equal as well as parallel. So it is a parallelogram. Okay? So therefore PQRS is a parallelogram. In this exercise, what are the questions which we are taking based on midpoint theorem only? We have to use midpoint theorem. After that, I am taking the question from this exercise. Question number 5. In a parallelogram ABCD, E and F are the midpoints of side AB and CD respectively. Show that the line segment AF and EC trisect the diagonal BD. ABCD is a parallelogram. It's an important question. Number 5. What is it? ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. E and F are the midpoints of sides AB and CD. E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of side CD, respectively. Show that line segment AF, line segments, one is AF and CE and CE. So that line segment AF and CE trisect the diagonal BD. Trisect the diagonal BD. Okay. We are going to show that AF and CE, there are two line segments. They are trisecting to diagonal BD. Trisecting, what does it mean? Dividing in three equal parts. So finally we are proving that it is P and there is a Q. We are proving that DP is equal to PQ is equal to QP. Okay. Given, okay, make a list of the given things which are given. One very important thing, that ABCD is a parallelogram and E is the midpoint of AB. So I write here AE is equal to EB. And second is DF is equal to FC. Given, they are given equal. Okay. To prove AF and CE trisect BD. AF and CE trisect BD. That means DP is equal to PQ is equal to QP. This we have proven, DP, PQ and QP. Okay. Got it? It's very interesting question. As I told you, there are two. One is a midpoint theorem and second is line drawn through the midpoint of one side parallel to another side bisect to third side in a triangle. But in both the theorems, triangles are used. Okay. So 3 altogether, DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB is unable to prove. We are taking two parts. Right. First I am taking DP is equal to PQ. You are going to select a triangle in which DP and PQ, that means DQ is a side of the triangle. Which triangle I have to select now? I have to select a triangle in which one side must be DQ. Which triangle could be? That is triangle DQC. In triangle DQC. Why I have taken DQC? So that this will be a part of side of this triangle. In triangle DQC. In this triangle DQC, now you are concentrating only to triangle DQC, you are not looking here and there. DQC, okay. In this triangle, F is the midpoint. F is the midpoint of DC. It's okay. And FP is parallel to CQ. Yes or no? Yes or no? FP is parallel to CQ. I'll give you the reason. You know what is the reason? You can see this quadrilateral AECF. Since ABCD is a parallelogram, ABCD is a parallelogram, AECF is also a parallelogram. Reason AECF is parallelogram because AE is equal to CF and AE is parallel to CF. AE is equal to CF since AB is equal to DC. ABCD is a parallelogram. So half of AB, that means AE is equal to half of DC. CF equal. And since AB is parallel to CD, therefore AE is parallel to FC. So that means AECF is a parallelogram. And in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. So these are opposite sides, they are parallel. So I can write here CQ is parallel to FP. It's okay. F is the midpoint of DC. FP is parallel to CQ. FP is parallel to CQ. This is the reason. Therefore, F is the midpoint of CD. FP is parallel to CQ. What does it mean? P is the midpoint of DQ. P is the midpoint of DQ. What is the reason? Because line drawn through the midpoint, through the line drawn through the midpoint of one side is parallel to another side, bisect to third side in triangle. Okay, this is the reason. Actually, it is a statement of the theorem which I told you. Line drawn through the midpoint of one side, parallel to another side, bisect to third side. So dP is equal to PQ. So therefore it is, where I have written here, P is the midpoint. Okay. And now I'll have to write here, therefore dP is equal to PQ. Equation number 1. Okay. In this triangle. Proved. Second triangle we have to select in which PB is a side. In which PB is a side of a triangle. Which triangle should be taken in which PB is a side? We have to take triangle PBA. Now, in triangle PBA. Okay. The same situation here. In triangle PBA, E is the midpoint of AB. E is the midpoint of AB, and EQ is parallel to AB. Therefore, same theorem statement, E is the midpoint of AB and EQ is parallel to AB. Therefore, Q is the midpoint of BP. Therefore, Q is the midpoint of PB. And this means, may I write PQ is equal to QB. Equation number 2. One equation, dP is equal to PQ. dP is equal to PQ. Equation number 2, PQ is equal to QB. By 1 and 2. dP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. That means AF and CE, therefore AF and CE trisect BD. Proved. Okay. Therefore, AF and CE trisect BD. Clear? One more question I am taking from this exercise. Yes. Question number 6. Show that the line segment joining the midpoints of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. Show that the line segment joining the midpoints of opposite sides. 6th question. Show that the line segment joining opposite sides of a quadrilateral show that the line segment joining opposite sides of quadrilateral joining the midpoints of opposite sides of quadrilateral bisect each other. Line segment joining the midpoints. This is very important point. Midpoints. So that the line segment joining the midpoints of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. Okay. Line segment joining the midpoints of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. Which type of diagram is required here? There's a quadrilateral, simple quadrilateral is there. It's a quadrilateral. A, B, C, and D. Okay. Midpoints. Let P, Q, R, and S. P, Q, R, S are the midpoints of A, B, C, C, D, and D. Joining the midpoints of opposite sides. SQ and RP. The quadrilateral bisect each other. That means we are proving that OR is equal to OP and OS is equal to OQ. Okay. Given question is clear. There's a quadrilateral. In a quadrilateral, all midpoints are there. There are four sides, four midpoints. When we are joining the opposite sides midpoints, then these are the sides coming. One is PL, second is SQ. We are proving that they are bisect each other. They are going to divide in equal parts. Okay. And it is a quadrilateral. These are the midpoints. So in given part, I am simply writing here PQ, R, and S are midpoints of AB, BC, CD, and DA respectively in quadrilateral ABCD. Okay. To prove, what we have to prove that PR and SQ bisect each other. PR and SQ bisect each other. Okay. PR and SQ bisect each other. Construction is required. In construction, simply we are joining from P to Q, QR, RS, and SB. Okay. Join P to Q, Q to R, R to S, and S to P. Okay. P to Q, Q to R to S, and S to P. Right? Proof. Now I think you have understood that what I am going to do, how to prove it. If I will prove that, see, if I'll prove that PQRS is a parallelogram, PQRS is a parallelogram, and PR and SQ are the diagonals of parallelogram. So in a parallelogram, the property of diagonal is diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals bisect each other, simply. So what does it mean? First of all, we are proving that PQRS is a parallelogram, and if PQRS is a parallelogram, in a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. Proof. One thing also I can write here, join and join A to C. Okay. In triangle, by the way, in first question, I have proved that there's a quadrilateral and how to prove that it is a parallelogram. But once again, in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, using midpoint theorem, so I can write here PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. Equation number 1. PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is 1 upon 2 AC, midpoint theorem. In triangle ADC by midpoint theorem. Again using midpoint theorem. So here you can write here SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to 1 upon 2 AC. Equation number 2. It's the same as question number 1 which I have proved here. By 1 and 2, PQ is parallel to AC, PQ is parallel to AC and SR is parallel to AC. That means PQ is equal to SR. PQ is equal to SR and PQ is parallel to SR. Therefore, PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay, and PQRS is a parallelogram. PS and PR and QS are diagonals of parallelogram PQRS. Okay, right? As we know that diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Therefore, PR and SQ bisect each other. Therefore, PR and SQ bisect each other. Proved. Therefore, PR and SQ bisect each other. So first I have proved that it is a parallelogram. These are the diagonals of parallelogram, and you know that in a parallelogram diagonals bisect each other. Okay friends, so these are the questions of exercise 8.2. I hope you will solve the remaining questions. After that, in my next lecture, we'll start next chapter, areas of parallelograms and triangles. Okay, till then, bye. Thank you. Take care.